Hello, and welcome to another episode of Heroes Lounge. Another series here. We're taking it to Division 3, North America. We have Please Clap and Triggered by Salad going off against each other. Let's see. Here we have Triggered by Salad. They are 4-1 on the season right now with 9 map wins. And on the other side, we have Please Clap 3-1 right now with 7 map wins. So both teams, just how to interpret that information, both teams have 2-0'd every single match except for 1-2-1. Neither team has ever been 2-0'd so far. So we might see that change here tonight. We might see one of these teams 2-1 so far, but so far both of these teams enjoying some pretty strong success throughout this season, 75 and 80% win rates respectively. I'm curious to see how this one plays out as a result of that, because somebody's got to lose. You know what I mean? Like somebody's got to lose the game. Looks like the players are also ready to get going into the draft. We had a bit of a delay beforehand, but that's pretty normal. Thank you for casting us today, Mockery. Of course, Golden, of course. It's time to take it into the draft. Here we are, Triggered by Salad on the left side, Please Clap on the right. First game of the series tonight, taking it to Volskaya Foundry. If I can just look back through the information here, let's see, we can go ahead and get picks, or get information on the map bans and picks. We have, on the side of Please Clap, bans of Towers of Doom and Tomb of the Spider Queen. And on the side of Triggered by Salad, we have bans of Alterac Pass and Battlefield of Eternity. This is Please Clap's map choice, going to Volskaya Foundry, so first pick will go over to Triggered by Salad. I actually played this map earlier today in Tespa just about an hour ago, and nobody should watch it because that match was very rough, to say the least. Here we see an immediate Grey main ban coming out. I will note that most of my meta knowledge is about what you see towards the higher end, and that's not to flame these players, that's just to say the ban meta is very different where we are right now. We see Grey main and Anduin coming out. If anything, I think that a lot of times these bans come down to specific scouting of the other players or specific heroes that teams tend to have issues with. There we have the Garrosh ban right there. I personally really like Garrosh on this map. This map, you don't need as much engage pressure on it because at the end of the day, the other team will have to come to a zone and fight you for it. And so one of Garrosh's biggest weaknesses, his lack of engage, is actually very heavily mitigated on this map. Is this a Mockery solo cast? This is a Mockery solo cast. Whoa, no. It'll be just me on here tonight. No co-caster today. But honestly, co-casters make it easier. But solo casting, I like the freedom. You know, I could just keep talking and talking and talking. I have a tendency to cut the other person off when I don't mean to. I've done 2 co-casts so far, and that's been a minor problem. I like the freedom to just sort of interject whenever I like to. Good game, my dude. They had it out for you in D-Shire. Dude, they had it out for me every series. Literally all 3 games in that Tespa series today. Their comps were just kill Mockery. And we see the immediate Alarak from Juan right at the start. That initial first pick just says, I want the Alarak. There's not even a shred of doubt about it. I'm confident in it. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill you. Like that's all it is. And Alarak is a hero that's terrifying all the way from the bottom of Bronze to the top of Grandmaster. I love the confidence. And I'm really curious to see if Triggered by Salad opts more into those burst kills with the Alarak. Maybe this is enabling someone else's poor engage. I'm just curious. This can go a million different ways, but Please Clap taking the interesting approach of taking both of their frontline right at the start of the draft. And it's Chen and Diablo. And then we have the response Rainer Lucio coming out from Triggered by Salad. Both teams not really showing exactly what they want to pull off so far. We have both of the DPS picks on the side of Triggered by Salad, unless this is an Alarak off lane, and we have both of the frontline picks for Please Clap already out of the way. So I feel like these comps don't exactly leave a ton of freedom for the rest of the draft to fill out, but they also at the same time don't exactly show too much about what they're going to do. We have the Malthael ban right there coming out from the side of Please Clap. And on the side of Triggered by Salad, I'm wondering what they're going to go here. I also can't help but point out that Triggered by Salad is going 3 very squishy targets right out of the gate. Targets that may be prone to getting burst down. And they might feel empowered to do those with the Anubrak taken out of the question, but still, Chen loves to feast on those squishy backliners, especially with the Storm, Earth, and Fire, so I'm a little bit worried for the side of TriggeredBySalad in their backline. If we see some aggressive pickups from the side of Please Clap, they could very easily have a problem right here. Hello, Bloody Jack Flint. So let's see, what does Please Clap do here? Do they go for the Diablo stun combo, which in my opinion isn't super consistent on this map? That's a lot of CC. Everyone on the side of Please Clap has CC. Chen needs to hit level 10 first to get a Storm, Earth, and Fire to really have that AoE root, which is such a big part of it, just having a long-range point-and-click root. But on the side of TriggeredBySalad, we have the immediate response coming right back at them. A Stitches Johanna, and it was all building up to to a hammer. Okay, I love it. I actually love it. Okay, that's a little bit of swapping back and forth between Hydra and Lothair, saying, you play the hammer, no, you play the hammer. Wow, okay, so there, if you do see a hammer, it's very often as a final pick, when the other team has shown all of their cards, shown their entire hand, and you know that they don't really have adequate tools in order to reach a hammer. I will say that a hammer is typically picked with more peel-oriented tanks. Let's see here, let's go back to me. Hello! How you doing? Anyway, hammer is typically picked with more peel-oriented tanks that are just focused on keeping her alive, because as long as your hammer is alive, you know, you're Gucci, you're riding high, you're feeling good. Whereas the Diablo and the Chen, they sort of speak to me of a more aggressive playstyle that says, we're going to engage on you, we're going to burst you down, we're going to pick a squishy and blow him up. And I feel like I'm maybe sensing a bit of a discontinuity, a bit of a disparity in their draft here. Not exactly 100% on the same train, but at the same time, even I don't even think Please Clap needs to all be on the same side here when TriggeredBySalad doesn't have that many tools capable of really threatening the side of Please Clap's hammer. Like, they don't need that much peel if they're not able to contest the hammer very well. So I will say, even without the peel, the strong peel coming out from the side of Please Clap, they will still need that effective... I'm just going to drop that down there. They will still need that effective body blocking from Diablo or Chen, blocking those hooks off of hammer. And they also just have to do enough to disturb the positioning of TriggeredBySalad and make sure they don't feel comfortable stepping up. But I gotta say, TriggeredBySalad has to pick their engages very carefully. If they fight in the hammer, or if they get caught in a CC chain, either way is a very viable way to die. And I just want to point out, Please Clap deciding that they're not too confident in the level 1 fight. I feel like maybe they should have taken it. They have a very strong CC chain even from level 1. But instead opting to go straight to the bottom lane and start catching that soak right away. And here we have a little fight already breaking out. Asian Rule getting chunked down. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I'm gonna have to crank my audio down just a little bit. Sorry, everybody. But my ears are getting shattered right now. Bit of a level 1 fight. Skirmish, both sides coming out a little bruised, but no worse for the wear. I don't think that saying makes sense that I just said, but what I meant to say is that nobody died. Hydra clearing out the top lane in that fancy little jalopy skin. I don't know exactly how you would refer to it. And now we're going to start to see how these two teams have elected to play out the macro in this game. Are they going to go for the turrets level 1? Looks like no, instead they're going for the Johanna kill on Calm Lemon. And they're going to get it. Wow. Calm Lemon maybe flying a little bit too close to the sun, taking turret damage, taking damage from all 4 people right there, and now Please Clap wants to look to channel this advantage that they get from the Johanna kill into an immediate turret, and TriggeredBySalad not yet with the response. Please Clap may be able to swing this into a large camp advantage later in the game. So far, TriggeredBySalad just finishing off the camp. Not a ton happening. Asian Rule and Lothair just kind of slapping each other back and forth. Nothing really to write home about. Both two teams actually finishing their turrets around the same time. Let's take a second. 224, 221. Wow, so despite the kill on the side of Please Clap with the first blood taking out Johanna and the immediate rotation to the camp, which was only followed a few seconds later by TriggeredBySalad, Please Clap actually finishes their turret slightly later, and Hydra, no fear at all, sieging up right in the face of TriggeredBySalad, just challenges them to do something about it. And we saw the hook coming out and the telekinesis coming out, but it's not enough. Hydra just Z's right out of there, just pops the thrusters and walks away. And I think that we may have seen a little teaser of how these fights are going to go. Even if, first of all, I think TriggeredBySalad's going to struggle to reach the hammer. And second of all, even if they reach the hammer, can they kill her? Perhaps post level 10 with a Gorge or a Blessed Shield. But other than that, I really want to see how these team fights play out. Let's see, we have now a rotation Bunny on the Raynor coming down to the bottom lane. Golden's got a wave clear advantage, so he's going to rotate up. We may see a potential biotic emitter play right here. It is very hard to contest a hammer team with the solo laner rotating up, but it looks like Chen opted not to come up right away. Ironskin already forced out on the side of Johanna. Hydra's getting pulled in. Hydra needs to get out of there. Popping Unstoppable, not yet Zing, and they will pay the price. Golden pressuring that backline, and then a beautiful flying kick to escape onto their own side of the map, but it is going to be the first biotic emitter handed over to TriggeredBySalad, and I can't help but feel like Please Clap may have had that, but Hydra just absolutely no fear at all so far. But I think that could be an adjustment that's made. But I gotta say, I love the aggression coming out from TriggeredBySalad. They say, we're not just gonna give this to you for free. We're gonna get right up in your grill and we're gonna do something about it. Here we have Please Clap finishing off their Siege Giants at about 344, followed by Toronto thinking about a Hearth, but canceling it. TriggeredBySalad taking out their Siege as well. And this entire time, we've had percentage points going over to the side of TriggeredBySalad. Already at 65, and Please Clap has to start formulating a plan to get down there. This hammer will take a hot minute to get down, forcing maybe a bit of an awkward engage right here. And that's a big thing with these hammer comps, is that you actually want to be set up ahead of time rather than rushing in to engage, but that's exactly what we're seeing with Golden going in and Chen going in. Here we have Hydra posted up in the back, no one really contesting them right now, just able to free hit on the enemy team, and that may prove to be TriggeredBySalad's downfall. Never mind, we see the Alarak response kill. Juan super low, barely doesn't make it. Hydra just turret moding. There are 3 turrets on this objective right now. We have the turret taken out from TriggeredBySalad. Now Please Clap has the only turret available on the objective, and they've got to be feeling good after that fight. I was a little skeptical going in. Hammer comps are not the best at engaging, but the pressure just proved to be way too much. And finally, TriggeredBySalad's going to have to step completely off of the objective and start acquiescing points over to the side of Please Clap, who's looking good with a half-level lead right now. Wolf hooked by Asian Rule, but again, no follow-up. Oh my god, a triple stun, or a triple silence coming out from Juan's Alarak. But, Please Clap is like, is that it? We're just gonna turn around. Like, we thought more would happen, but if that's all that you're gonna get out of that triple silence, I guess we'll just turn around and kill you. Fantastic. Big boops and quest completions, both in the same second. Lucio and Alarak completing their quest to hit multiple targets with their abilities. And that's actually going to be a large boon to the Alarak and Lucio, both of their abilities and their base kits getting significantly stronger with just that quick little skirmish right there. And there's still a siege camp on the side of TriggeredBySalad. This is actually going to be very relevant for the next objective, which is top lane on Volskaya. It goes mid-top bot as the rotation. Hold on a second. Oh! Juan's telekinesis unfortunately interrupted by the knockback from Hydra. Hydra just turret moding again. Lucio is already down. Golden chasing down Juan on the side of the fight, and Calm Lemon also doing their best to run away from Hydra and the rest of Please Clap. There's still a little bit of a fight going on right here, but Juan telekinesising Lissandro out of the fight. And at this point, TriggeredBySalad's they've just gotta lick their wounds, reset a few people, reset 3 people actually, and start getting ready for this defense right here. And Please Clap, with a recognition that they want to start thinking about the future. They're thinking ahead right now. They're going to the top fort rather than the mid fort, in the interest of both playing for the fort with the level 10 advantage, which usually you can't quite get without that advantage, but also in the interest of taking out this healing fountain that's very, very relevant in the team fight for the second objective. That healing fountain goes down, and we're already seeing pressure right now. Juan telekinesising in, comboing in Lothar, but it's just not quite going to be enough. Hydra's Unstoppable was forced out, but the hook unfortunately connects onto Lothar, and Asian Rule may have debated themselves a little bit right here. I think they're going to make it out. Lissando's wall stun barely not connecting. I thought for sure that would have been a kill right there, and I think that Asian Rule's life was starting to flash before their eyes right now. I think we've got a bit of a skirmish in the mid lane. And Please Clap got everything they wanted out of that engage right there. out of that entire interaction. That next objective is looking incredibly easy for them to take at this point. They immediately snowball this into a biotic emitter. Iron Skin's forced out. Calm Lemon's got to be worried at this point. Lunar Flare into the wall. And Calm Lemon's down. Hyperion from Bunny did come out, but I think it's just a little bit too far back to have an impact. Golden getting a massive wave clear priority in the bottom lane. Gonna channel that into getting a turret camp advantage right here. And TriggeredBySalad needs to get it together in some way or another. They have to start thinking about how they're going to get kills, because I don't think they expected a hammer. I didn't expect a hammer. But the hammers kind of caught them with their pants down a little bit, and that's what the entire fights are revolving around right now. So here we have Hydra clearing out the TriggeredBySalad siege camp in the top lane. Golden returning to the soak. Oh, a hook just barely doesn't connect on Wolf. That would have been a 5-on-3. No one on the side of Police Clap able to rotate in time, but it just doesn't land. Rather unfortunate, but you know what? That's how Stitches work. Sometimes you land and sometimes you don't. Got a wave clear advantage for TriggeredBySalad. Now they're going to use this to rotate onto Hydra. Oh, Asian Rule did land the hook, but Hydra just able to pop the thrusters and escape. Not quite enough follow-up right there. Maybe a bit disjointed with Alarak and Lucio still in the mid lane as he went for the hook. I love the names of these teams a lot. Yeah, I've never felt sillier saying team names before in my life. It's it's kind of silly. Let's see here. Let's take a look at those talents, shall we? Raynor actually would be an interesting choice to go Veteran Marksman at level 1. Hold on a second. Golden may be in a bit of trouble right now. Not quite. They got Golden low, gave him a good scare, but he says, I don't even need to pop this turret. I'm not worried about dying. I'm just going to walk right on out of here and skedaddle onto yonder bot lane and keep continuing to catch that soak. And Hydra sitting fine in the mid lane, pushing it out. All 5 members of TriggeredBySalad are in the middle or top lane right now. Maybe a bit of missed soak coming out. It looks like Bunny will arrive in time to catch this soak right here as he harasses Golden out. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hydra's stealthed up right now in this bush. We see Lysandro engaging onto Johanna, but the Iron Skin, the walk away, that's not really too terrifying right now. And rather than electing to get onto the point ahead of time, we're seeing a bit of a Reaper. Oh, sorry, no, the first point's the top lane. I thought it was midnight, my bad. But no, we actually do see this time, rather than what we saw in the first objective, Please Clap is anchoring down and setting up this position ahead of time, and I love that. That's a beautiful recognition that Hammer is best not when she's coming to the fight after it's already started or coming to the objective after it's already started, but instead forcing the enemy team to come to her, saying, come step in my circle and fight me in here. And that's how we're going to play it out. Calm Lemon flipped in. The Iron Skin's already down. Golden electing to zone out the enemy backline, but the silence may be scaring them a little bit. Drop the turret in case they die. Storm Earth and Fire does get interrupted. Golden's going to go down. That's the first kill of this team fight over on the side of TriggeredBySalad, but the immediate response onto the Lucio. Lunar Flare does connect with Juan. He's got to be worried a little bit. The hook peel coming out from Asian Rule. Lothair on the Thrall, casting the Feral Spirit, just kind of warding them off. And even though that was a 1-for-1 trade, losing your support is disastrous for attempting to win a team fight. All of TriggeredBySalad a little bit too low to really do anything here. And I can't help but feel like we should have seen more resets instead of taps. They could be defending with full health right now, and we'll see how Please Clap wants to play this. If once again they're thinking about the future and taking this to the bottom. No, it looks like they're taking it to the mid fort. Just opening the map up in general. And they think that they can take this fort out already. Or is it just the gate? Okay, it's just the gate, and they're walking down. Once again, the next objective, Volskaya plays out mid, top, bottom with their objectives. So we will see mid, top, bottom is how the objectives play out. And so this next objective, they're setting up for it right now. They're thinking about, okay, we want to take out this fort. We want to take out these towers so we can chase them farther. So Stitches, his hooks aren't as threatening. We want to take out this healing fountain so they can't tap in this team fight. And we want to take out this fort, again, so we can chase them and they don't have as much of a safe haven. Chase isn't a huge priority for Hammer, but it just makes it so much harder to win this objective when you know for a fact that there's nowhere to run. It's entirely a possibility that Please Clap has just secured objective number 3 in a row, 3 for 3 so far. Well, 2 for 2 so far, but they're thinking about making it 3 for 3. And now we have a rotation. All 10 players in the rough vicinity of this mid fort right now. The Trigloff Protector finally dying. Hydra's just going to skedaddle on back, and I think we're going to see both teams start to play for the camps right here. Please clap once again, daring TriggeredBySalad to step into the Hammer's range and say, okay, we're up 16, we have a Sergeant Hammer who's deeply entrenched right here, come do something about it. TriggeredBySalad wisely saying, you know what, we're just going to wait for level 16, you can have that biotic emitter, that's not a fight that we win, we do not take these. TriggeredBySalad taking their siege camp. And Please Clap taking their turret camp right here, and I think we'll see a similar rotation on the side of TriggeredBySalad. I'm not exactly expecting to see an invade, and it looks like we're not going to see one. Good decision there, even with the level 16 advantage. They've got so many items, like look at this, 2 biotic emitters and a turret. The Please Clap doesn't exactly need to go super aggro, especially with the comp not exactly fitted for it. Telekinesis does come out, unfortunately not quite the follow-up necessary to kill them, especially with Raynor soaking in the bottom lane right now. But we're about to see a fight on even talent tiers. TriggeredBySalad is just a few seconds off of catching up and having that 16 talent tier themselves. They've got to start thinking about what they can do here. Who's Bo and how come he's covering the team levels XP? I'm not quite sure why that is the way it is. The overlay should be slightly lower, and they shouldn't be blocking the talents or anything like that. I will have to take a look at that after the game here. Let me see, can I try and go back to this? No, it's still in the wrong spot. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, but I will try to fix it after this game. I apologize deeply about that, laughing underwater. And so here, the time is ticking. The clock is ticking for the side of TriggeredBySalad. They need to make something happen before level 20. I think at this point, we've got to know that Please Clap is thinking about, okay, we can soak level 20 before next objective finishes. Oh my god, a hook! A max range hook onto Wolf, and that's exactly what TriggeredBySalad needed. Nobody picking up the biotic emitter. Lissandro saying, never mind, you guys can have the turret. I'm taking the emitter with me. The huge counterstrike from Juan hits 3 targets. Hydra's very low in the back, but I think he's going to escape. Lothair on that Thrall getting quite low. Juan just wants to finish him off, and this is what they needed. That's what I was talking about. They needed to get that fight before 20. Equalizing the items a bit. Never mind, we do see TriggeredBySalad dropping 2 of their turrets, so it is a 2-for-1 item trade against their favor, but a kill is what they wanted right there. And oh, Golden not able to cap the objective in time, or the turret cap in time, and Golden's gonna go down as well. All of a sudden, this game doesn't look nearly as decided. And that's exactly what a Stitches team can do, what an Alarak team can do as well. Just, you think that everything's going fine, and then, oh my god, everyone's getting bursted down. What the hell, guys? I've lived through it 1,000 times. If you go back and watch test VODs of me today, earlier on the Blizz Heroes channel, you'll see me get wrecked by an Alarak. And just, wow. I love it. I still think that Please Clap is a bit advantaged here. They do still have their biotic emitter, and I think a turret? I think Thrall died. So it looks like they've just got a biotic emitter, and they are down, or they are up roughly half a level. But TriggeredBySalad's actually soaking more of the map right now, mitigating that lead just a small amount. Nice hooks? Yeah, of course. That hook was absolutely fantastic. That was exactly what TriggeredBySalad needed, but 2 items on the side of Please Clap. Gotta be a little scary. Looks like TriggeredBySalad said, we're just going to get as much charge as we want right there, and then we're going to keep playing for items. We're going to go in, you guys are going to have 2 items, but we're going to have 2 items as well, with a biotic emitter and a turret of our own, and I think that's the exact same setup right here on Lissandro and Lothair. Both teams roughly at the same amount of experience, both teams roughly at the same amount of items, but once again, Hammer bunkering down, and I can't help but feel like maybe TriggeredBySalad needed to ensure that Hammer didn't get this advantageous position. Now they've got to advance into hostile territory. We've already saw the Iron Skin go out of the engage. The Blessed Shield fade away, walking away from it as it happened. Golden just standing in the middle of TriggeredBySalad successfully gets off the Storm Earth and Firecast. Juan getting shredded in the backline as well, goes down immediately. Alongside Lucio, Bunny's Raynor goes down also. There's no fort right here like I was talking about before. Asian Rule does have to pop the bile just to even think about escaping. Calm Lemon caught with the max range Feral Spirit from Lothair, followed up by the devastating charge from Lissandro. That's a quad kill. That is a quad kill for the side of Please Clap. This is about to be massive siege pressure coming out. Just walking that Triglav up, making sure to kill every last minion because they recognize that these minions are instrumental to a properly executed siege. Oh, we see a swap right here. Hydra saying, alright, I used the Triglav to get in, but now get out. Let me use my superior siege damage here. We can have the Thrall in for now. And the big question is, do they keep going? I think they've got it. I think they need to confidently run at the core, and it looks like they see the same thing as me right here. Hydra setting up just outside of core range, Triglav walking up, Golden smacking around Asian Rule a bit, Lunar Flare, second Lunar Flare onto Asian Rule. And that is game one, confidently going over to the side of Please Clap. Little bit of a stumble when we saw Asian Rule did land a beautiful hook onto Wolf, followed up by exceptional follow-up from his team. Everyone just saying, okay, we got that hook, let's kill the Tyrande, let's kill Lothair, let's go in, let's invade the siege camp. But, just absolutely phenomenal control. That hammer last pick right there was exactly what Easy Clap needed. They recognized a severe weakness in the opposing team's draft and just called them out on it. They took them to task. And I love what we saw right there. Any info about HGC 2020? I don't think HGC is coming back, Rusty. Good game? Yes, that was a very well executed game. I gotta say, like, that game could have gone a very different way. I don't think it was lost from draft. I do think there was a very well-executed draft right there on the side of Please Clap. But realistically, you can never count out a team with Stitch's Alarak unless you're just hard out macroing them and you're just clearing waves and forcing them to play on the back foot the entire time. You will never count out a team that has that Alarak and Stitch's pressure right there, because at any time, one of your players even gets slightly out of position, or even not out of position, but they just get hit by a hook or a telekinesis, and all of a sudden the other team is back in the game. So I gotta say, I think both teams recognize their individual win cons very well, but I wish we would have seen a little bit more by TriggeredBySalad in order to stop that hammer from just being able to bunker down, because once hammer secured that position, it was very, very difficult to interfere with. Now I'm just going to take a second to update the match standings right here. We have Please Clap going 1-0 over them. I'm going to see if I can't fix this in-game setup. So I'm just going to go ahead and test it. It's obviously going to look a little weird. B3, Please Clap. That should be a little lower. Okay, here's what we're going to do. It's a little ghetto. It's a little ghetto, but we're just going to drag it down a little bit. And we're going to see how that looks. If I can fix it in the middle of the game, then we might go for that as well. But hello. Hello. It's me again. Lasando. I have no idea how many bits that is. I'm just going to go tab over to my live tab that gives me my alerts. It doesn't even say right now. Also, GammaX789, thank you for the follow. Sando, that is a lot of bits, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's only like 30 or 40, I guess, but thank you for the bits. How is Alarak plus Stitches strong? It's not exactly a high-tier competitive combo, but it's more that Alarak and Stitches are individual heroes that at any time can threaten to just all of a sudden catch somebody out of position, and now you have somebody dead that shouldn't be dead. And it looks like both teams are ready, and we're going to start taking it into draft. We have TriggeredBySalad opting to take the map pick. Let's see here. And taking it into the draft. Please Clap up one game right now. Please Clap, I believe, has first pick going into this, meaning TriggeredBySalad did choose Infernal Shrines this game after losing the Volskaya Foundry map. And so, one thing I find really interesting about these two maps in particular is that they actually are kind of similar in a lot of ways. There's a heavy element of point control in both Volskaya and Infernal Shrines, meaning you're a little more free to pick these comps that do struggle to engage on the enemy team. But there are obviously major differences with map pressure. You're much more free to go map pressure on Infernal Shrines. You're much more free to go late game scaling. You need a lot more wave clear. There are major differences, and it's part of the reason why I think Infernal Shrines is such a revered map within the competitive community, is that this is a map where nearly everything is viable. Nearly every strat will work on Infernal Shrines as long as you've got the wave clear and the macro just as a sort of minimal requirement to make it work here. When we do see again the Greymane ban, and then Diablo, a bit of a response ban after that game 1, not wanting to see a repeat of that from Lissandro. And on the side of Please Clap, we have the Anduin and the Anubarak both banned out right there. 2 tanks, a support, and a ranged assassin blocked out. I will bleed you dry coming out from Lissandro. And Lissandro with the Johanna. This is probably Johanna's second best map after Tomb of the Spider Queen. Again, Wave Clear can be very, very relevant. Shrine Clear is always a big deal. And they know that right off the bat. Just going to tank it again. And I wonder, is TriggeredBySalad thinking to themselves, we can't box ourselves into a comp that loses to Hammer again, because if we do, the exact same thing is going to happen. So I'm wondering, is there a bit of an adjustment this game? Maev and Chen coming out right now. So far, no long-range poke DPS, so maybe Please Clap is thinking about that Sergeant Hammer again. That's gotta be on their mind after such a confident victory in Game 1, because even though Game 1 did take up to level 20, and they were relatively close in experience the entire time, I think every team fight went to the side of Please Clap, so that was a rather dominant victory, and they gotta be thinking maybe we return the strategy again here. Alex Straza, Jaina. I would be very surprised if we didn't see an Ana ban on the side of Please Clap right here. One of the classic Alex Straza counters. But I'm honestly not a big fan of Alex Straza into Maev and when TriggeredBySalad still has a DPS hero open. Because there are very, very many ways to punish an Alex Straza. You have Deckard's minus healing, you have Ana's minus healing, you have Malthael's minus healing, you have Maev, who punishes clumps, and Alex Straza, in order to heal with that abundance, wants her team to clump. However, Alex Straza is individually strong on this map. Her dragon is insane at clearing the objective, and it's very, very hard to contest into. You basically either need to win on macro and say the objective isn't how we're going to get ahead in the early game, or you need to say we're going to hard pressure you right at the start before anyone has any guardians on the shrine, force out that dragon, disengage, and then come back when you don't have it. Those are the 2 primary ways in order to deal with that Dragon Queen from Alex Straza, but those tools are available to TriggeredBySalad if they want to take them. There are a lot of ways to punish that, and I hope that's on their minds right now. Oh, Mephisto. And Tyrael, okay. Those heroes actually fit the bill quite well, and I gotta say right now, on the side of TriggeredBySalad, I'm seeing 4 heroes that can just run at you, that can get up in your grill and make you uncomfortable. The kind of heroes that say, oh, you have a squishy backline that doesn't want us right on top of them? Well, that's too bad. Maev has Shade of Vengeance in order to get right up in the enemy team. Chen can just fly and kick in, as well as use his root dash from the Storm, Earth, and Fire. Mephisto naturally has Shaded Mephisto in order to reposition himself at will, and Tyrael has Eldruin's Might. 4 heroes right now that are able to get up in Please Clap's business and make them say, alright, we're here, we're in your face, do something about it. Maybe a bit of recognition on the side of Please Clap with the bunker in order to say, okay, if you're going to get up in our grill, we're just going to bunker, and then it's you versus a bunker. I'm thinking maybe that's the thought process right there, although Blaze is just a generally solid solo in general. And I'm not exactly understanding right here this final Brightwing pick. I don't think it exactly fits the mindset that the rest of the team has, but it's entirely possible that it comes down to a hero pool thing, or they're just thinking that they can chain Qs on the fat, large hitbox characters on the side of Please Clap. Definitely caught me off guard, I will say that. Rhaegar seems like he'd be good for how divey their comp is. Rhaegar is typically one of the supports that you pick in that situation. Sorry, I keep forgetting that I've got to swap to myself for the load screen. I'll get good at casting one day, lads. This is my second solo cast ever, I want to say. Maybe third. Brightwing equals dragon. Alex equals dragon. It's called 4D chess. But I mean, Brightwing's a fairy dragon, and that's not quite the same thing, if we're being honest with ourselves. And let's see here. It looks like the adjustment that I made with moving the overlay may have been nearly perfect. It's just slightly off. Let's see here. Let's just nudge that up a little bit, and boom! Look at that. It's not exactly how we wanted. I'm not quite sure why it's so far up right now, but we're okay. Doesn't even have me to co-cast. I'm sorry, Enigmatic. If you want to co-cast one of these with me, all you gotta do is ask, my guy. Alright, we have this game starting out. I would have done the introductions, but instead I was too busy fixing my scuffed overlays. And now we're going into this game. Once again, I'm very curious to see how this Alex Draza will play out. That's where my eyes are on. It's on Wolf, right here, with the beautiful Mount Skinnergy, I gotta say. I think that it can very easily come down to the question of, does TriggeredBySalad adequately punish the weakness of the backline on the side of Please Clap or not? Even with the peel that we see out of Lisando's Johanna and out of Golden's Blaze, that may not be enough to keep these heroes alive into such an incredible AoE comp that we see from TriggeredBySalad. And already we see a massive wave clear advantage from Please Clap, forcing Maev to sit bottom and clear out, while 3 members of TriggeredBySalad were forced to sit behind and clear out their towers. That may end up being channeled into a camp advantage. Juan hitting a lot of targets, although not seemingly actually dealing a lot of staying damage right now. Bunny getting in a few Q pokes as well while we're at it. We can't see time of match? Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with the in-game overlay. It's a little bit off this this game, and I don't know why. And this is like too far down, I think. I don't know. Alright, look, we're gonna put it up there. I don't know. Whatever, that's where we've got it now. Oh, those are amazing Lunar emotes? Hell yeah. Alright. So, now we see both teams have opted to take their friendly siege camp right now. Please Clap, maybe not protecting their camp as well as they should. TriggeredBySalad walking right up and taking out the enemy Khazra camp right here. Hydra with an aggressive Blizzard step forward. Lisando immediately stepping up, condemning to try and keep Hydra alive. As a result of that incredibly far forward positioning, Bunny wants it. Hydra nearly paid with his life for taking out that camp, and he's going to reset, trying to go into the first objective at 3 minutes with full health and mana. And the entire time Lothair was saying, alright, you guys can do whatever you're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and soak that bottom lane. Update me when y'all are done. Here in the top lane we have Golden and Asian Rule just kind of duking it out. No real progress being made by either side, except Golden is missing a lot of mana, and that may be critical for this first fight. And here we have both teams, both Please Clap and TriggeredBySalad, looking to take out their Bruiser camp before the first objective and have the Bruiser just calmly, passively pushing, because this camp will just push almost indefinitely until you have to go send someone to clear it. So if there is an extended fight over this, it's very, very advantageous to have a Bruiser camp pushing, and hence why we have both teams opting to take out their Bruiser camp just before objective spawns. And a bit of an interesting decision. We have Lothair electing to stay bottom as all of the members of TriggeredBySalad except Chen are looking to pressure the objective. TriggeredBySalad will get a short early term advantage right here, but we do have a bit more EXP going to the side of Please Clap. Asano looking for a condemn, doesn't connect with anything right now, and all 10 members of this game are in this field right now. Juan stepping forward, so he's going to hit that Lightning Nova. Bunny on the back line gets immediately stunned by Golden. And Asian Rule again pressuring as well, and it looks like Bunny and Golden, or Bunny and Asian Rule, are going to be sent back home. Lisando on the backline, Juan getting large AoE damage, Asian Rule again stepping up, Hydra maybe not in the exact position they want to be. That's a huge abundance right there. 4 members of Please Clap taking advantage of that 20% heal. And we're starting to see, even before Dragon Queen has come out, oh, and there it is right there, that's a big swing in this fight. Bunny going in as responsible. Lisando's low. Wolf is low. Wolf gets pulled out by the Umbral Bind or Umbral Tether out of their own abundance. Hydra getting chased down as well. And even though Calm Lemon is out of mana, Bunny's out of mana, Asian Rule's nearly low, just barely able to squeak out 3 kills in their favor. And that was a beautiful recognition of their advantage in that fight. I honestly feel like they could have even disengaged away from that Dragon Queen, but instead TriggeredBySalad said, no, we'll just kill you. We have a comp that kills you if you clump. You guys are clumps. Now you're going to have to pay the price. I love it. Absolutely love it. Beautiful recognition of the win con coming out from the side of TriggeredBySalad, and they are looking good for this first play right here. Maev already looking to solo this camp right now. Bunny's completely out of mana, I gotta say. If Golden takes a look over at this, no, we do have the side of TriggeredBySalad. Calm Lemon's coming down, just making sure no interference from Golden's going to happen today. And already a camp lead starting to come out of that first objective lead right now. Please Clap finally catching up, getting one camp down. And I gotta say, Golden's all the way in the bottom lane. This soak right now that Asian Rule is pushing in, it's gonna get completely missed. Or at least partially. I think he's gonna miss another minion or so. Once again, Please Clap not exactly prioritizing their siege camp as high as TriggeredBySalad does for their own. We start to see a bit of uneven pressure applied to the mid lane, and now a rotation from TriggeredBySalad towards the bottom. Lothair maybe gotta be a little worried here. Does manage to warp out in time. A full wave on the bot towers right here. Lothair is gonna take a second to clear it out. 4-man rotation onto mid from TriggeredBySalad, and the level 10 advantage is going to come in here soon. And they've got to start thinking about how they're going to flex that advantage. There aren't any camps for them to invade, so I'm curious, are they just going to start pushing? Are they going to gank? Are they going to just run at the enemy team with level 10? We do see Calm Lemon taking the effort to sit out of vision for the entire time that engage was going on. I'm curious, are they just going to sort of let this pass and say, you know what, we don't really see a good time for an engage and invade? Or are they going to actually do something with this level 10? Oh, wait, we see Bunny. Little bit of a look at the enemy team, and they decide that they can take a better engage later. They don't have to fight for it. It's not a do-or-die situation right now. Once again, Blaze and Golden duking it out in the top lane. Or sorry, Blaze and Golden. Asian Rule and Golden duking it out in the top lane. Looks like Asian Rule starting to get the upper hand a little bit in this engage. And now, TriggeredBySalad knows that this next objective is going to start spawning soon. They're thinking about taking their bruiser camp again, establishing that lead in the lane control, because a lot of teams don't know this, but if you actually control the minion wave right here, you often control the flank. Because your minions are effectively wards for your own team, and so if you have stronger push in this lane of the same objective than the other team does, then you have vision of anybody trying to walk around the edge. And also, it can be harder for teams to fight you right here because this minion damage is relevant for a team fight. Here we have Please Clap taking out their bruiser camp much later than TriggeredBySalad's, but maybe too early by TriggeredBySalad's, as we are going to see this bruiser camp is far up right here, no one to protect it. Golden already starting to put damage on it. Please Clap may find themselves to be the only one with the bruiser camp. Hold on, Bunny wants Golden's Blaze, and Golden's running away from his fort right now. Umbral Tether does come out. Jet Propulsion body blocked by Con Lemon's Tyrael. Oh, even the cage coming out. Golden using his bunker to escape. Other teammates hopping in to get some fire out right now. The engage just didn't quite work out. Fantastic Purification Salvo coming out from Lothair, and Tyrael is the first one to go down in this objective. Trying to get a little bit of trait value right now, but I think at this point, versus the Alexstrasza with the Dragon Queen, versus that much Shrine Clear, you gotta recognize that maybe it's not the best play to start playing for this objective, and you gotta start catching the off-soak and thinking about what you're gonna be doing on the rest of the map. Like, for instance, such as going down, taking one of these camps, and then coming back up for the defense, but instead it looks like they haven't quite given up. Already 21 Guardians on the side of Please Clap, the Abundance coming out. All 5 members are returning to this objective right now. They do have the lane clear advantage. Lysandra warding out Dragon Queen on Wolf already coming in, making sure they get their cast off with no interruption. Bunny pulling Wolf in. Lazy Hydra's getting shredded in the backline by Con Lemon and Asian Rule. Hold on, that's a fantastic Consume Souls. Barely dodged! Barely! By Alexstrasza's flight right there. Golden Jet propulsioning out. Lysandra doing their best to run away. Another bunker sort of body blocking the side of TriggeredBySalad from chasing in too deep. And wow. I thought that it was already plenty secured on the side of Please Clap, and to be fair, it's extremely close. They're still thinking about it. Even down Lazy Hydra's Jaina, they're saying, we're only 2 off right now. All we need is 2 more, and I think Bunny recognizes that, pulling them in. Hold on a second. Golden's getting kind of low. Lysandra walking back a little bit. Abundance maybe too far forward. Lothair very, very low. Water Elemental does come out from Hydra on the return. Another Purification Salvo. It's 4 targets on the side of TriggeredBySalad, and that actually is going to be the objective going out for Please Clap. Trying to punish the Shade of Mephisto, not quite enough. Hydra stepping up, getting any last bit of water elemental value that they can. Golden says, alright, you guys have fun pushing this top lane. I'm going to go ahead and catch Soak on the rest of the map, as we begin to see a 4-person push from Please Clap on this top fort. Punisher pushing this down. I'm not quite sure that they'll be able to finish the fort, but they do have a rather large minion wave backing them up. Bunny eating the jump from the Punisher, walking it back, saying, alright, you're going to have to do all that fort damage yourself. The Punisher's not going to help you out. Please Clap recognizing the fort would die to minion pressure, and they are getting out of here. Still a slight XP lead for Triggered by Salad right now, but that may start to be mitigated with the passive XP difference. Bunny rotating onto bottom lane with Gul'dan's, or sorry, Golden's pressure. There's no Gul'dan in this game. We do see both camps starting to be taken, but Triggered by Salad is much slower to the uptake on their camp. And already Please Clap immediately clearing out this bot camp right here with the siege. And a bit of a disparity in the pressure, and I think Please Clap recognizes that this next objective will be right here in the bottom lane, or at least between the bottom and middle lane. And they're looking to apply pressure disproportionately in that lane. Maybe not. Oh, wait, they recognize there are only 3 members are Triggered by Salad in mid lane right now. They want it. Lissandra going to Jet Propulsion immediately follows up on Brightwing and the tactical pause. Are you kidding me? Okay. Lothair is DCing, as you can see from him being in chat. So, I thought that Please Clap was going to pressure this bot lane right here, maybe look to take out the healing fountain or get some damage on the fort in preparation for this objective in the same way that they were doing so in the Volskaya Foundry game in Game 1, but instead, we have Brightwing a mere instant away from death right now. Blaze is kind of doing a little jig. I think Mephisto's going to be next, but I think Asian Roll can get out. This is very likely about to be a double kill in favor of Please Clap right here. Oh, I gotta do it. 5, 4, 3. I was too busy laughing at the tactical pause. Okay, alright. And, what am I supposed to say to that? Alright, now we're starting to see that bot pressure that I spoke about a mere moment ago. Saying, oh, look at this, the immediate pressure on the healing fountain, recognizing that if Please Clap has a healing fountain while Triggered by Salad does not, this next objective becomes far easier. And then, wait a second, they can just take the entire fort while they're at it. There's no response from Triggered by Salad. This is now a 2-fort lead going over for Please Clap. They've got to feel really good about this next. Wait a second. Alright, I was going to say, you've got to finish it off. Might as well get that last minion while you're there. And now, whoop, Triggered by Salad, the 5-man rotation. Hold on a second, the bush control. I don't think Please Clap quite sees this coming. We now have a 5-man rotation from Please Clap over to their bruisers and to the top lane bruisers. Looking to get an advantage. The next objective will be spawning soon, and Please Clap's objective, or Please Clap's bruisers should be pushing while the objective is going on with no real responsible answer from the side of Triggered by Salad. But wait a second, Please Clap has left the bot side completely uncontested. And I think Triggered by Salad recognizes this and is starting to pressure down. Those towers are down. Neither team has towers left at this point. Still the healing fountain being preserved on the side of Please Clap, which is a major boon towards winning team fights, as long as you actually get the opportunity to go back, which may not actually be possible once you consider the Umbral Tether. Wait. Johanna's not here yet. Asian Roll pulling the trigger with no hesitation. Bunny pulling Lazy Hydra in. I think Lazy Hydra unfortunately barely getting caught by the cage. Bunker is going out on top of the camp, but it's just not going to be in the right position. Hydra does go down immediately, and Lothair doing his best to chip in some damage from the backline, but wow. That was an excellent 5-man rotation from Triggered by Salad to just recognize that not all 5 members were there yet, and they would never see that coming, that bruiser engage. Juan looking to take out the mid fort. I think they know that the minions are at least going to get extremely close to doing it. Lothair maybe attempting to take aggro from the minions or instantly clear the wave, but the fort's still going to go down. And that was a phenomenal response from Triggered by Salad in a situation that didn't look too fantastic for them to just say, wait a second, we'll just hard rotate on you, and if you think you're safe in your own jungle, you're mistaken. Look at our engage pressure. Like I said, this is triggered by Salad. Realizing what we talked about in the draft, if they just get up in Please Clap's grill, Please Clap doesn't really have the adequate response necessary in that roster to deal with it. They can deal with you when you're over there. But if you're right here in the Jaina's face, in the Alexstrasza's face, in the Phoenix's face, there's nothing they can do. Asando does eat the jump, walks right away. Please Clap just taking a bit to shred out this Punisher right now. Not really able to defend at the fort without without just instantly dying to the Punisher, and I think they knew that, so they're going to go ahead and walk it back. Lothar, maybe a bit of miscommunication causing it to jump on top of him outside the gate, but it looks like it's just going to clear the mini-wave rather than the tower, and not too much tower damage coming out from Please Clap, but triggered by Salad. They're up half a level now. They're going to go ahead and take this camp right here. Please Clap doesn't really have anything to do on the map right now other than clear their own waves, which is very advantageous for Triggered by Salad because that's the exact kind of situation that can turn into easy pick kills because you can start to say to the enemy team, okay, you have to spread out, you have to soak all the lanes, you have to clear these camps, we'll just jump you. We'll just jump you then, or we'll just take out this top fort. I think the first objective was mid, second objective was bottom. No, we had a top objective already, but right now, recognition from the side of Triggered by Salad saying, okay, Please Clap had 3 members in the bot lane, 2 members in the bot lane. We know that they won't be able to step up and contest this. We're just going to open up this entire map. Get all the XP possible. No win cons are off the table right now. Next objective will be in the mid lane. Please Clap soaking out all the lanes right here. Not actually behind that much experience right now. Oh, wait a second. Hydra. Hydra with the immediate ice block, but Bunny's already in there, and he's stuck in a cage now. He needs to get inside this bunker. Fairly large purification salvo, but Sanctification does come out. Hydra's still alive somehow, running away. Does finally manage to go down. The flight from Alexstrasza hitting a few targets right here, but once again, that immobile backliner Jaina just getting abused by the ability to engage on you. And if you ever even take a step out of position versus this team comp that Triggered by Salad has presented to us, you're just going to get jumped on. It does look like the objective's not quite up yet. Jaina will be up in time because you get a 30-second warning before the objective. Jaina will be up in time to contest this, but Please Clap just goes down even further in XP right now. We might see Triggered by Salad start to play for the level 20 advantage or to go for another pick leading into this next objective. It looks like we've got a 1-3-1 formation right now coming out from Triggered by Salad, trying to catch up on that, so get the 20 right here. They're getting ready for the invade. It looks like the siege camp will be up in 16 seconds as it stands. Bit of scouting coming out from Bunny. Golden. Wait a second, Golden. This isn't as safe as you think it is, Golden. Oh. Triggered by Salad thinking about the engage. Doesn't quite go for it. We have the rest of the members of Please Clap soaking out the top lane. This objective is now starting to spawn, but at this point, Please Clap is behind a full level. They've cleared out the top wave, they're moving to the bruisers, and I don't think they're going to step on this until they've reached equal talent tiers, which does mean they will likely not be able to finish the objective. Bunny going for the blind spirit of vengeance, attempting to see if they could catch anybody off guard, and just a few seconds off of it. Could have been a wipe right there. Bunny going ahead and clearing out the bruiser camp, or at least getting some significant damage onto it, and Triggered by Salad is going to waste no time just clearing this objective, clearing the top camp. This may be buying Please Clap a little bit of time to catch up on experience right now. Just sort of a 5-man rotation at the moment. They know that top lane isn't going to happen. Mid lane, I think, is possible to soak, and that maybe this didn't necessitate all 5 people right now. The camp is actually going to give them a significant boost of experience, though, to push them towards level 20. Are they going to play for the left siege camp? Are they going to go in for the contest? Because Triggered by Salad's already at 33. 34, 35, 36. I don't think they can contest it at this point. And this may just be fighting under an active Punisher, which is a very easy way to lose the game. Recognition of this fact on the side of Please Clap. They're starting to rotate out and say, okay, we didn't quite get 20 as fast as we would have wanted. Now let's just go ahead and meet them at our keep right here. Rather than putting all 5 on the keep pressure right now, we have Bunny electing to clear the bottom lane. So this is actually a 4v5 right now, and if Please Clap recognizes this, Mayav did just show in that bottom lane, we may see an engage. Hold on a second. Juan shaded Mephistoing over the wall, eating a bit of damage. Dragon Queen already went out. Not quite a team fight yet. I think Triggered by Salad's just going to go ahead and sit that one out, wait for it to tick down, and then look for the pressure. Wolf getting big damage. Bunny going right in, but beautiful reaction from the Please Clap backline to walk away from it. And we're starting to see more damage, but I think the wave clear is just going to be too much for Please Clap, and this keeps not quite going to go down, but... Oh, Lothair! Stepped up for the Purification Salvo, didn't quite work out, immediately punished by Bunny's Emerald Tether. The bunker is out, but it's just too late. Sanctification negating any response, trying to make up for Lothair going down. Hydra... The Consumed Souls was interrupted to save Hydra's life. I think that was from a wing buffet by Wolf. In that case, well done, Wolf. Beautifully timed, and that's going to negate this from being 2 kills down and maybe a possible core push to instead just 1 death and a keep down. The dive pressure once again being shown off by Triggered by Salad. They said, okay, if it's your Jaina coming in, we'll just kill the Jaina. If it's your Alex out of position, we'll just kill the Alex. If it's the Phoenix out of position, we'll just kill the Phoenix. We just press our buttons and we just jump on you, and that's all we've got to do. And Please Clap maybe just a little bit too far forward, not in recognition of the danger that they're in, because this is an abnormally high amount of kill threat from the side of Triggered by Salad. Normally you can get away with kind of being up in the enemy's grill a little bit, but into a team with Tyrael, Chen, Maiev, even Mephisto, heroes that all have abilities to rapidly reposition right up in your backline, it's a little risky, and you've got to be a little more careful with your position. However, Please Clap is not out of consideration for this game yet. Looks like they're possibly worried about the vision control from Triggered by Salad, but Triggered by Salad's not even there. They're just sort of warding around as they're taking their bruiser camp on the side of the map, on the top side of the map, and I think Bunny also continued to act as a ward, actually opting to clear out these siege giants, or these siege camps, and then a possible rotation to join the rest of her team in the top lane. Please Clap is rotating onto Triggered by Salad right now, who doesn't have all 5 members yet. So they are backing up a little bit in recognition of this fact. Lysandro checking the bush, immediately polymorphed. Eldruin's Might in as well. Bunny just immediately Spirit of Vengeances, dropped the cage. Lysandro's getting pulled back. Dragon Queen's Flight already coming out from Alex. Oh man, hold on a sec. Asian Rule gets Storm Earth and Fire interrupted. That's disastrous for them. Asian Rule's very, very low, does get popped. Everybody's tossing their abilities at each other. Bunny desperately trying to get some ability damage out, but the engage just wasn't there to set it up appropriately. Now Calm Lemon's getting shredded. Consumed Souls was going to kill Jaina, but a well-timed heal from Wolf, but unfortunately the trait value from the Tyrael is able to finish this off and make this not quite a free trade for Please Clap, losing Lazy Hydra on the Jaina in the process. 3-for-1 trade though on the side of Please Clap, and I gotta say that was a very well executed disruption of the engage combo that we keep seeing Triggered by Salad go back to. And that's the thing about these AoE engages, is that if you're not exactly on point with them, with everybody going in at the same time, catching everybody in with the big wombos, and instead you've got somebody over here and somebody over there and somebody over there, they can very easily be punished. Please Clap recognizes this, and they don't try to run, they don't try to get out of there. Instead they say, okay, we see that you're engaged a little bit disjointed right here, we're going to punish that. Absolutely phenomenally well done. Juan trying to steal over some stacks of Guardian kills for Triggered by Salad. Looks like they are up to 11 at this point, so this objective isn't completely lost, but I think it's going to be a very tall task in order to try and not have it go towards the side of Please Clap. Condemned doesn't quite connect onto Brightwing. Golden Jet Propulsion may be aimed at the Brightwing, lands on Asian Rule instead, who's playing Chen, and now we have a late game Punisher, level 22, for Please Clap. I will say, Please Clap does not have a minion wave anywhere near this push, so I think they're looking to augment their push a little bit with this camp. It takes a while for this Punisher to get over to the bottom keep anyway. They're going to go ahead and take the camp and then start their push. But that is giving a lot of free damage on the Punisher over to Triggered by Salad. Lothair stepping up aggressively, maybe a recognition that that didn't go so well last time they tried it out. Golden attempting to jet propulsion, it doesn't quite connect, but Con Lemon just shredded after the Punisher jump. Mephisto goes down as well. That's already 2 down on the side of Triggered by Salad. Ice block from the Jaina. They know how hard Chen hits a backline. They're not even going to deal with that right now. Golden trying to pressure the backline. Jet propulsion unfortunately doesn't connect. Chen just trying to draw over the Punisher to the mid keep. get it distracted a little bit, but it's now time. The Punisher's going to return to the enemy core. We have just 5 members of Please Clap beating down on the base of Triggered by Salad. Bunny attempting to distract the backline, but Please Clap is determined. They have absolutely one thing in mind, and that's killing this core right now. We even have Winions on the other side, which took the core down to 45%, but it's just not enough. Please Clap takes the resounding 2-0 victory over Triggered by Salad. That was impressive. That was quite impressive, I must say. Those salvos are out of control, oh, for sure. We saw a lot of fat salvos. We did see Lothair get punished one time as he attempted to step up, and then get hit with that engage pressure that we kept bringing up from Triggered by Salad. But other than that, the Purification salvo value was quite large. We did see Mephisto get a crazy amount of siege damage with 74,000. No one else even coming close this game on either team. But at the end of the day, if you don't win those late game team fights, the game's not going to go your way. Beautiful vision control from Please Clap to lead into that last fight to get them that advantageous engage, and just exploiting a little bit off-kilter engage from Triggered by Salad. Are you going to go to your Stardew co-op stream? I wish. Depends on when Hawkray wants to do it. Well played all. Thank you, Golden, for a well-played series that was very entertaining to watch. Hydra, don't you drop a GG. I see those 5 deaths, Hydra. I'm joking. Alright, everyone. That was a fantastic series. Very, very entertaining. I will say, even though I think this was our first 2-0 that I've solo casted, Triggered by Salad was in there the entire time. All it took was just a little bit to go differently in either of those 2 games, and this series looks very differently. There was a lot to talk about there with both teams sort of having just very clear ways of how we're going to win this game in mind. I will admit that going into a Division 3 game, I expected a bit less of coherent drafting and win cons with these games, but I don't think that's what we really saw tonight. Other than a few outliers, such as this Brightwing pick, I think that we saw teams that came into these games saying, this is what we're going to do, this is the strategy we're going to run, and we know how to play it. And I gotta say, hats off to both teams for that.